Steve.
I'm JT.
This episode we've got an amber ale from Cascade, or from Tidehouse Brewing Company. This is called Cascade Amber Ale. I chose this because it's one of our fairly local brews. It's out of San Jose, and us being in San Francisco, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump away. So, figured I'd give it a try. Never had it before, and haven't heard a thing about it. So,
okay. So, just based on the name, Cascade is actually a type of hops, isn't it?
It is.
So,
yes.
okay. So, I mean, we have a little background right there, but yeah, I don't think Cascade is usually used for amber, or it's just a generic.
I don't know whether or not. I mean, you could technically use any hop.
Okay, that's true.
Right. It's just that each gives its own subtle flavor.
Okay.
But I'm just interested to try. I'm always interested in trying some of the local brews and different.
Yeah, I mean, San Francisco actually has like a really great selection of local breweries.
So we'll just get into it and.
It's a nice amber color as it pours out right there, so. I want to say it almost has like sort of like a butterscotch sort of smell, like.
Yeah, I can pick on that buttery.
Yeah, like in terms more of the buttery than the scotch part. That doesn't make any sense. But it does have like a very strong buttery smell.
It does.
It looks like a nice amber. You know, not very carbonated by the looks of it. Little. Let's dive into it.
Wow, it's, even though it's got a really good color and a fairly good smell, it doesn't have a lot of flavor.
No, it's kind of it is kind of light in the flavor side. Definitely that buttery smell that I hinted at is not in the flavor.
Not at all.
Actually,
it's good. It's refreshing. You know, this is the type of beer that I would like to drink after, and we don't have the weather where you go out in the yard and work in hot weather all day, but I used to live in Colorado and Utah, and we would have that weather, and after a hot day out working in the yard or doing something outside, outdoors, this would be a refreshing beer.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't drink it as a...
Well, that's funny you say that it's a refreshing beer after working in yard work, because I agree, like it does have that appeal to it, but it's funny because a lot of people have like that mentality of, I worked in the yard, let's pop in a Corona with a nice lime. And it's funny how we both share that kind of mentality that this would be a better beer for that.
Yeah, it's the fact that it almost tastes, you know, it is refreshing. It does have a little bit of flavor, but it's, you know, after a long day in hot weather, you don't want something with a lot of flavor. You want, or something that with a lot of mouthfeel. You want something that is cool, refreshing, gives you a little bit of hydration.
Yeah, and this isn't heavy at all. Like you know, a lot of times on the show, we do go over the fact that like could we keep drinking this? And, I could have a few of these.
I could definitely drink a few of these. But I wouldn't drink it because it's the heavy flavor. I would drink it because I wanted something refreshing more than something as a so many beers you drink because it's got this great flavor. This is very subtle.
And just for reference, it's do we have alcohol content on?
I didn't look. Most of them do.
Actually, it doesn't look like it says on it.
No.
What's an amber usually? Like probably like 4 to 5%, if that.
Ambers actually can range quite a bit just because it depends on how much sugar they put in. I've had ambers in the 4 or 5, and I've had ambers in the 7 to 8 range.
Oh wow. I don't think I've had any ambers like that yet. No, but like, especially for this brewery, Tidehouse, I would say I'm a fan, but I'd like to try some more out.
Sure.
And they are local, so I actually, my experience with local breweries here in San Francisco, I haven't experienced a bad one yet, and that's, you know, knock on wood.
I've definitely been to a few breweries where, you know, maybe you get the flight and you have 9 different beers and you drink most of them, and maybe you have 1 or 2 that you don't particularly care for.
Yeah, I mean, I think that depends on taste, but like, if this wasn't a flight, I'd actually, it would probably, I would say, after finishing a flight, this would be my experience to have there, you know?
Yeah. This does have a little bit of a citrusy undertone, you know, at the end, which is kind of nice. Again, it's that refreshing. Possibly why I instantly associated with that refreshing. Like Corona with a lime would definitely have that as well. But yeah, it's good.
I could see that. Yeah, I have the same. I would say that is a good observation on this beer. And by the way, we're not condoning the use of Corona after doing yard work. Please, you know, it is the most popular beer in the world. Actually, I found this out. It is the most widely sold beer in the world. But go out and try some other ones. You know, experiment.
Just because it's the mud. Budweiser sells very well also, but I'm not a fan. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think this was a good choice, actually. Thanks for bringing it in. And so that's Steve.
This is JT.
And thanks for watching yet another episode of Yet Another Beer Show. See you later.
All right.
I think it's funny how I've managed to finish mine.